Hi, we're back.
Hey.
Hello. We experienced a few technical issues in the break, or if you're new, that was a whole week's worth of tech issues. Basically, I'm doing a little review. Basically, we tried to have a long rest. Connor was in a mean, but no, he wasn't. It's been fun. And we killed a load of madcaps, which are crazy little things that blew up alien style, covering everything in acid. Now we're fighting a bear. No, I'm out of spell slots. Big's down to about 10 hit points. Lehane. I was going to call you Leviticus then.
No.
Lehane is absolutely screwed. Got about 10 hit points as well. And Lilli and Frayne are just staying out of it.
Chill.
What do you mean? I did fuckloads of damage, thank you.
Done loads of damage, but from distance, which is their job.
Yeah.
Callow's there.
And that's it.
Yeah, Callow's there.
Callow's there.
Callow's done as help.
He's basically twice the size, yeah.
And we're going to crack on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So we ended at the bottom of the round, and we're going to start at the top of the round.
Oh,
Oh, my favourite place.
Controversial.
We're going to start in the middle of the round.
Yeah.
right.
Bad news, it's the bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the bear. Survive.
Come on.
You were so excited then.
I am.
Yeah.
As long as I survive one attack.
Just to reiterate, it's not a normal bear. It's like a weird necrotic bear.
Yeah.
Made from a bear cub's corpse.
Yeah.
Viney necrotic.
A viney necrotic bear.
Not the social media app.
Died.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
If it were a TikTok-y bear, it'd still be alive.
For now.
But only for now.
So
For now.
big.
Yes.
The viney necrotic bear.
Yeah.
Which has a name by the way. It's called Groff. It's like a Groff.
I think
Okay.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Trains dogs on the weekend.
Spits all over you.
Springs down this big, powerful viney claw onto you for 22 to hit.
That hits.
Oh shit.
For 10 damage.
Okay.
Can I tell it to fuck off?
Are you within range?
I'm within range. Tell it to fuck off.
Tell it to fuck off.
Cool.
Ask me, tell me. Do it.
Yeah. Alright, fuck off. And that means that you need to take 5 off of that damage.
For 5 damage.
Okay. That's gonna be quite the same, I think. Okay.
Okay, can you make a strength save, please?
Yes. Oh, 28.
Yeah, that does it. So the vines, as they're wrapping around you, pull it out of.
Okay.
It's going to go for its last multi-attack.
Okay.
It's going to be a bite.
You can attack
Okay.
Torin if you like.
Ha! With a bite from behind.
Yeah. Rob does.
You don't want to bite him from that end.
Sucks being.
Oh
It
no.
does. You lose your watch.
And my gerbil.
Armageddon. That is an 18 to hit.
Oh, just misses because of his cold aura.
Oh.
Okie dokie. So yeah, the vines you rip away from it goes to bite you. It just reaches out to go for your sort of midriff, and just that frozen bit. You're convinced it's bit into you.
Yeah.
And it just
Just
freezes away.
goes over.
You're up.
Okay.
Big.
But in retaliation, I mean, he's quite convinced this is evil. And like he'll look at Jay and say, I've been thinking you's evil. And with that he'll put his hand behind his head, grab hold of the great sword, and then just bring it over in this arcing overhead, just slam down onto the creature. So to hit, we have a 19 to hit.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
It's a lot of dice.
Come on.
So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 bludgeoning damage. We have 3 force.
Yep.
Is 2 cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 10.
29. Hey, Luke.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like seeing Lehane's cleared, this creature, because that was on his mind. I didn't want to do that with him in.
I did.
And like it is a a kill or be killed turn. He doesn't think he's going to stand much longer. So yeah, he just grabs hold of the great sword, and just with a, I was going to say a roar. It's not a roar. It's just like a deep breath in and breath out as he just brings this great sword overhead and just down through the creature and then probably a good foot into the ground below as well.
For the
So
great
he,
sword,
like,
it's doubled in size as well.
yeah, like I imagine it's one of the ones he swings, he sort of overcompensates, like his leg goes up backwards behind him as he like leans forward. For anyone that knows Monster Hunter, like a true charge slash. That's what we want.
Damien Hirst nips out of the bushes.
Yes, and with that, you are out of combat.
Oh gosh.
I didn't just
Now.
fall backwards
The
onto
frog
the ground.
leaps onto you.
Wait, come back. Not finished
No,
yet.
it's mine, it's my turn.
And Calidop's enlarge on you.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm not used to seeing those things here.
It's weird because, like, I saw them before the explosion, and they were like normal red caps. They were tending to the dead bear, like trying to help it. And then when that explosion happened, and you think that's got something to do with your mate?
Well, yeah. So, like I said, don't mean to, but he's a bit like a thorn, you know. Things start getting infected around it.
So if we let him out,
If you pull out the thorn,
he'll stop infecting everything.
should heal right up.
Will he infect other things?
Yeah, because won't we just be like transplanting the thorn somewhere else?
What about if you put the thorn back on the rose, though?
Well, you can do plant grafting, and so that is technically.
I think it's.
I think you've gone a little bit too into the nature stuff, love.
I think you've taken that metaphor too
Oh
far.
yeah, I went too literal. Well, it depends. What's the rose?
Well, where he comes from originally.
Oh, where does he come from originally?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I thought it was your friend.
Yeah, it is, but he,
Not a talkative chap.
well, you know, not about the bigger picture kind of stuff. But he's
Speaking of bigger picture, can
Yeah.
I just ask a question?
sure.
Is anybody really, really messed up? Would anyone like some healing?
Hello.
How long's the frog
The
got? How many turns
The
worth?
frog.
I'd quite like a nap.
Up to a minute.
Up to a minute for how much per turn?
Well, 3d6.
So 6, 12, 18, so 9 average, so 90. Can we do that? If it's got 10 turns, 9 health average?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
I love it when Luke just does maths, and I don't have to.
And I'll just sit here and die.
Well, no, you can
You won't.
shuffle over to the frog.
I'm not touching my frog. I need all of this frog has to
I'm
give.
not allowed to touch the frog.
Okay. Well, meanwhile.
Hang on.
Okay.
Bodyface is that's her name now.
Hardy McBarface.
Body
Guardian
Face.
of Bad Face.
She is just gonna wink at him and say, "You're right, Chuck," and she's going to cast Healing Word with that, which is 3d4 plus 4.
Big healing word.
Nice.
Big heal word.
I'm terribly sorry. I brought out juice. Krellin? No, nothing.
Yeah, and you just instantly heal back to. Do you know? Why don't we all try?
13.
13.
Nice.
That gets me a good. Oh, no, I'm on death saves. Okay, awesome.
Don't.
26, that makes me. Thank you. Well, do we have time to, like, catch our breath? Or, I don't know, it feels like we need to start moving.
Well, you do. You have lots of time, but I mean, for every second you're here, things like that are going to show up. Probably. I don't know for certain.
Could you do a time thing, and we could have 8 hours just of rest with your watch?
Now you want my help.
Oh!
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, sir.
Oh!
Oh, you can call me sir if you want, but you don't have to. I'm a lord, so sir is appropriate. No one here knows about that, so don't worry about it. You're fine. I mean, you know.
Still a joke from Harry Potter.
You helped excellently. Yes, I mean, you want our help, I think. So healing us would be really, you know.
I can push this a little bit forward in time, but we're still going to be forward in time. You know?
In the state that we're in currently.
Well, kinda.
Would I be able to sleep while you push us forward in time?
Don't quite look like that, big lad.
I've seen
Right.
like a lot of bad stuff happen here recently, and to protect the whole woods and all the people that live here and all the different creatures that live here, I think we need to move fast and get on with it. And I say this quite beaten up, but we can't continue to let this happen, can we?
Our spellcasters. How much more spelling can you do?
I can do a fair amount of spelling.
Oh, good.
I'm still okay. I've still got a few, you know. I
A little
can feel
bit in
like
me.
like I've got a bit of a charge inside me.
Yeah.
And as long as I don't get hurt, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just as long as I don't get hurt.
You have quite a knack for getting hurt.
Recently, I'll admit,
Well,
even though I'm good at dodging, I seem to get hurt a lot.
Well, I suppose we onwards then. I guess.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, and you might want to save yourself specifically. So if the rest of you feel like Frayne might, you know, get hurt too much, just she needs to survive the trip is all I'm saying.
That's
More
all-
so than anyone else.
She's got.
Corellin told me that.
Right, we're on the same page then.
Oh.
So don't knacker yourself out too
I'm
much.
concerned how much I'm on the same page as him.
Same buck and all, it's weird.
Cool. Where are we
Yeah,
going?
where are we going?
Well, I thought you knew the answer.
Yeah, we're
To the heart of the forest. Come on, Locticus.
Yep. Got ya. And she's just gonna stride off towards the heart of Corellin.
Okay, doke. So, we could go through a whole bunch of wibbly wobbly Feywild shit, but I feel like we've done like 9
Not
episodes worth.
so much wibbly wobbly Feywild shit.
So,
We could do it.
so as long as you all agree how weird, wibbly wobbly, and strange it was.
Oh gosh, that was weird and wobbly and strange.
I'm happy
It's fine. I
to,
foxed through it.
happy to wibble us out a little bit. Along.
Cool.
Torin slept the whole way, so
But didn't gain the benefits of a long rest.
If you could carry me, mister.
Sorry.
I can't be doing carry when it needs
for a
it.
minute at a time when you're enlarged. Right, so you start making your way further and further into the woods, much deeper than the deep woods that you were in previously, with the help of Lilli and Lehane using your fox and frog form. You make your way through. However, the wood itself doesn't have the same sort of whimsy to it that it had previously. It seems dark. A lot of the trees have withered almost to the point of death, like single leaf flowing in a. Some have fractured outwards and are just held in place by some sort of opposing force, and there is very little life. It looks sort of post-forest fire or post some kind of traumatic event in the woods. And you travel for what feels like an age, an absolute eternity, as you're just making your way through, ducking and diving, feeling like eyes are on you the whole time. And you make your way through the tree line, through the last final tree line of Corellin's Wood, and you see before you this large cliff, and over that point is just an expanse. And at the furthest point of that expanse, you see a tree with what looks to be 2 large set of antlers. The cliff in front of you is, still pretty vast until you're at the edge of it. You can't quite see what is down, but you can make across in the horizon line this tree is. It's gargantuan.
Well, that's the heart of Corellin. quite sure how we're gonna make it that way though. I've got some rope. I can do some flying. No, I can't do any flying.
What do you mean you can't do no flying?
Oh well, it's comes from my loot, you see, and I can only use that a certain number of times every day.
Makes sense. That's kind of like the tattoo snake things that
Oh yeah.
I can't do currently.
And
Only we got a rest in there somewhere.
Well, mine's all to do with like where the sun is and the moon and all that kind. Oh, the moon came out. You cast moonbeam, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I might be able to fly.
I mean,
I wouldn't test it.
there's a hand behind Frayne's back.
Don't even fucking think about it.
Well, I could fly as a bird. I don't know if I'd be able to carry anyone.
What about, I don't know, some kind of viney thing to go down the cliff when we could all climb down?
Possibly.
How long's the drop side?
You're not actually at the edge yet. You still
Okay.
made your
Okay.
way up to the
Okay.
edge of the cliff.
Then Lehane will go to more the edge
Yeah.
and take a look and see
Yeah.
how big the
You-
drop is.
all make me people going towards the edge. Can
Yeah.
you make a perception check, please?
Oh no. 19.
16.
15.
Class,
23.
Okay.
classic Torin. 2.
No.
So
Brilliant.
I'm really quite tired.
I'm gonna start taking health away. Yes. So as you start making your way towards the edge of the cliff, you hear this like. And it's not a sound you're particularly familiar with, Lilli, nor you, Lehane, as such. Big and Torin, however, is very familiar.
Oh.
This is the sound of a large-scale battle.
Oh.
I hear nothing.
But
Is it?
and as you look towards the edge of the cliff, just below what seemed to be like cloud level or dust level, you can make out shapes fighting underneath,
What,
like
thousands?
like an
are we talking?
army's worth.
Like in the midst of the clash, like directly.
How far down did you say?
Looks about 100 feet, maybe more.
I'm not sure we want to go down there. No. I miss the days.
Can we make out what any of the figures are? Like, is it elves versus something or something races
Just
from this distance?
With Lilli's in particular, it seems to be very few elves versus many creatures.
Oh.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be a very fair fight.
No, and with everything going on with the elves in these woods currently, it just makes me even more full of despair.
So do we feel like this is something that's actually happening beneath us, or is it a vision of something that has happened? Can I make some sort of check?
Yeah. What would you like to make? I mean, you made a really bad perception check.
I did terrible. That was to hear nothing.
Yeah.
Do you want me to-
Well, have you guys said anything yet? Have you told Torin what's happening?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay, fine.
absolutely
Yes.
would have like
Yeah.
relayed
Cool.
the
Well, we
information.
were talking out loud about like
Yeah.
the sights
It's
in
just
front
like-
of us.
Yeah, you can make another perception, you can make an insight, you can jump down.
100 feet, I mean. I wouldn't do
Still
that.
This is a good idea.
Let's not do that.
I'll be alright.
Might work better than the perception check, though.
I don't know what I'd get for that. Insight. Oh, that's better. Okay, my insight was a 20, dirty.
Seems to be real.
That is not good.
Oh
We-
dear.
What's Callum's reaction? What's he doing whilst we're talking?
That's a very good one. He is hanging back just slightly, kind of watching you take it all in, but looking at the sky, and there are several tears in the skyline.
Tears.
Tears. Looks like something has started to rip apart the sky.
Oh my god, what is going on?
What can we see
How-
through the tears? Blackness or?
Not many of them are big enough to see directly through. Some of them just look like they're starting to open. However, one sort of about 3/4 of the way towards the heart of Corellin has started opening up more, and there is just darkness coming out from it. But there's like a purple haze to it, like it's not pitch black.
How far away is the tree?
Insurmountable, like it's miles away. There's horizon point. So it's,
So we'd have to cross this battle
Yes.
to get there. Is there any way down the cliff?
you're looking for a climbing way, or like what are you looking for particularly?
Well, hopefully a ladder or steps.
Yeah, just
or-
elevate.
Well secured, well made ladder.
With lovely handrails.
Can
for
we roll
safety.
for well secure?
No,
well-made
I'm
ladder?
doing
thinking climbing of some description.
What did you get for the well-made well secure ladder?
13.
No,
Oh,
not
sorry.
yet.
No.
It's not unclimbable. It is a cliff face.
So it sounds to me like we need to get Locticus to that tree.
Safely through a fucking battlefield. Also full of elves that seem to be depleting. Do you know anything about this?
Well, kinda. I mean, it wasn't this bad last I saw it. I'll be honest.
Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? I mean, like, Leviticus, like, contacted me, like, it wasn't that long ago. How has this got this bad in this
Wait.
amount of time?
Is he down there?
Oh, fuck, yes, probably.
I mean, yeah, I think he is. I mean, you weren't there with your folks. I ain't seen him since.
Callow, can we stop this if we get Locticus to the tree?
I really hope so.
Do you know any way to get us to the tree quicker?
I mean, if we get a bit closer, I could get maybe one or two of you.
I
Well,
could
for
get one
now-
of us, well, and me, but if we could get within 500 feet of the thing, but that is, that's quite far.
But for now, we've got to go down the cliff either way.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyone not comfortable with climbing, cling on, and he's going to make his way, so he's like shifting to start climbing down the cliff.
Lehane will say, if you guys want to sort out your own transport, and I'll try and keep up. And he starts climbing down the cliff.
Yeah, so Big's offering anyone could climb onto his back if they're not confident climbing. But you can probably only carry one.
Lilli, how are you gonna?
Lilli is going to turn with what's it? Wild shape into a little bird.
You get the word for bird?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I was trying to decide
understand.
if I wanted to do climby or flappy.
Uh-huh.
She's just gonna turn into the owl, the sort of the big owl, sort of in an imitation of the lady in the meadow gown, and swoop.
Torin, what were you thinking? Are you going for a climb or a fly?
No, can't fly. But Mr.
Wait.
Callow,
How you an owl? You said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the plan. Wait. He'll stand back up. He'll ring the bell that he's got.
Yeah.
And does Nightcat, the little red cap, appear?
Oh!
No, but also, last time we saw red caps,
It's
put that
very
in Connor's
tiny.
head.
It's very
I
tiny.
trust this one.
Let's thought about a lot of this stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Can you make it down? Can you give the stick if we went in to Lilli? Yes.
that sounds like the
Yeah.
best plan.
And then she can carry the stick down.
Ooh. Well,
Okay.
Could she carry this? Could she carry it all the way to the tree? Oh, very
I think
good.
that's what she's
Yeah.
either having some kind of seizure, or that's what she's trying to say.
This sounds like a good idea because you can get drinks in there.
Even if she can't carry us all the way, at least she can slow Just said no one gets
Big,
hurt.
that is a great idea.
I had my moments.
Oh,
It's one of your best, mate. One of your best.
After you.
Camo, we can actually go into this little tiny pub.
You can go into that. The one on the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Just follow on. Oh wait.
No, I'm letting him go first. You go first, mate.
How
Hang
do I
on,
do
this-
it?
Oh no, you just go.
Yeah.
Somebody else show him. Someone else.
Someone's
go
got to give a
first.
memory. Because I'll give a memory.
I'll do it.
I can't remember what I gave now.
Big said he'd do it.
he's
I'll
told
do
a
it.
story,
He'll
didn't he?
crouch down
Yeah, but you
to
give the
Nightcap
memory.
and say,
I
I'm going
thought
to do
they
it.
were-
Ooh.
And holds out one hand to you.
Does he get to think of something? He's not done this yet. Does he get to think of a memory and then it's given
You're
over?
giving one. It's transactional. You're giving
Hmm.
one.
I was meant to check on this actually. When you give the memory, do you lose it yourself?
You give a
As a
pound to
transaction.
a shopkeeper.
You do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Lehane has no knowledge of halfling fight club.
Oh, is there
Ooh.
anything? Is there anything?
Right?
Is there anything you'd like to forget, Big?
Yes. He'll give over a memory of one of their raids.
Okay.
One of.
And it extrapolates out of the head and sits like a tiny little like spirity thing. It takes it, starts pouring tea.
Oh, that's awesome. What did you give?
Huh?
What
Or
did you-
just some memory from home.
Do you remember?
Probably not.
No, because like I did it last time and I don't remember nothing about nothing.
No.
That's
I don't know
awesome.
if that's to do with this. Or...
Fucking memory twins over it.
Not that we're on like a time limit.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a lot of memories I could give.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, Lehane drinks the tea.
Yeah. So Nightcap's like giving out the tea. To
Yeah.
You have to drink a bit of this and then you can go in.
Does it taste like rocks?
Actually, it's not too
Good
bad.
to go.
It's quite
That's
nice.
all right.
It's nice.
But they've also got beer inside there.
And starts shrinking down into the nightcap. Yeah, we all have it.
Yeah.
Apart from
Yeah, Lilli will hop and she'll sort of say, who? It's sort of like, may I? To grab hold of
the stuff.
the stuff.
Okay.
I mean, everyone might swoop to the side. She'll do her best to kind of like grasp it by the top.
By the end.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. So you pick up the staff. You
And
start
she will-
making your way.
Well, can she soar beyond the battle? Like,
You definitely would not be able to make it over the whole way at all.
not the whole
Yeah,
way
yeah.
to, not the whole way to the
Just mid battle.
Mid battle.
Okay,
God's sake.
can she swoop as far away around the battle? How far away is the battle?
It's the battle seems to just be the whole length. It is,
Oh,
yes.
I don't know why I had it in my head that
There's
it
just-
was like,
No, we're talking armies, like tens of thousands. Of,
oh, blimey, I have no concept of numbers or how much space they occupy.
a lot.
Can Torin sticks his head out the window? Just land somewhere safe as far as you can go, little one.
Okay. Give me an investigation.
I like to think the rest of us are all sort of like hanging on. There's a little bit swinging about a bit.
Holding a pint. Yeah, Lehane's holding on to like something on the bar with a drink in his other hand.
Inside the nightcap, different from last time, it is nearly all the furniture is swinging chairs and hammocks now.
Oh wow! Then Lehane is led back in a hammock,
Torin would
having a
like some
pint.
food if there is any.
Yeah,
Just some
the
raw
proprietor.
steak would be lovely.
Oh, nasty.
Can I
In a
take?
flight meal.
Could I take a moment for Frayne to go over to Torin, put her hand on his claw? Thank you. I know you didn't want to. I know you don't trust him, but thank you.
Oh, Lehane's seeing.
Well,
It's pretty nice in here.
we need to save your parents.
We need to
We need
save
to
the wood.
Lehane's seeing Frayne and Torin together. Will just sort of like start to wander over to them.
And Leviticus, if anything, if we can help him. I mean, the parents, they're not that great.
They're still your kin.
They are. But Leviticus, I would be greatly saddened if he were not around anymore.
It sounds like it's all one to you, though.
Yeah, That's a ball ache, isn't it?
I'll get you there. I'll give my life to get you to that tree, Locticus.
Thanks. I have a little moment.
To be rudely interrupted. Is that your Lehane impression?
For a good third of that, Lehane's just been like face level.
But he kind of wanders over and gets to the tail end of it. And he's like, "Yeah, brothers, complicated relationship, innit?"
Yeah, he's a bit of he's a bit of an asshole, but he's my brother.
Yeah, no, like, I totally get that.
I miss my brothers.
You have brothers?
I didn't know you had brothers.
You have uncles. I mean, I've only known you for like a week, but you have a lot of uncles
And cousins.
and cousins. Anyway, I kinda want to get a letter written if we get chance, possibly if we get time. Like, not right now, but at some point.
A letter?
Yeah, like, you might be surprised by this. I'm not good at the words.
Right. Okay. You surprise me.
Yeah, right?
Mhm,
So, like, I speak a few languages and I can kind of read bits, but I've never written anything before.
Oh, so you want a hand?
Yeah, like to write stuff. But,
I mean, if we don't all die within the next, couple
Yeah.
of hours, then yeah.
well,
go.
this is it. This is kind of like, I want to get that letter out there in case we all die.
Oh, I see.
Like a will.
Right. Kinda. Just letting people know what's going down.
I expect my brothers to take them away.
But I need it in Celestial.
Oh, well.
Oh, it's not one of my particular languages, I'm afraid.
That's alright. That's what I was looking at.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, it's not good enough. I'm
No.
I'm only a bard, and the
No, but
chronics
that's
are in
the
trading.
thing. I kind of would like you to write it, me saying the words I want, and him giving you the letters to do it.
Right.
Team effort.
Team effort.
Right.
I was trained by angels, you know.
Do you know that doesn't surprise me?
Holy Avenger, innit?
Are we still?
Yeah. I only got a 6 on my investigation.
We're just pocket dimensioning.
We've landed right in the middle of that.
Just as two swords land.
The pub is crushed.
Lilli's decapitated.
He's Locticus.
It takes you a long time. This is probably the most amount of people Lilli's seen. Just
Absolutely.
ever. Yeah. And it's not looking good, especially in the elf department. There are very small numbers of elves holding their own as best they can, just against hordes and hordes of similar things to the nightcaps, the madcaps rather, but other creatures of the Fae that have been warped and twisted and made to look some kind of demonic. And as you are struggling to find a place to land, you're realizing how heavy keeping the staff up is, and I have to pick somewhere, and sort of just pressed into the cliff face, sort of maybe 100, 200 feet diagonally down from the top of it, you see a small, almost hidden at first, little encampment, a couple of tents pitched up with a very makeshift barricade out of wood, sort of palisade style, but it looks like some kind of camp.
Okay. She will swoop down and land as sort of inconspicuously as possible, because she can't communicate and until she's got the others, until she's landed and it's back on ground. So yeah, she'll land and then
Whereabouts? So you've got this from the cliff face sort of semicircle of wood sort of coming out from the wall, making a little wall and gate style thing, and then a couple of maybe 6 or 7 tents dotted around.
Can she see anyone who is not demonic? Is it can she recognise
Seems to
any
be elven.
elf? Okay. Don't want to land in the middle and then have them all be like, ah. she's gonna land right at the entrance.
Okay. Outside.
Yeah, outside, like right at the entrance, and then immediately like transform into herself and grab hold of the
Yeah.
staff so it doesn't fall down, and kind of rap on the door.
Yeah. Before you, it is just there are a lot of very injured elves here. There seems to be sort of a retreat camp.
Okay.
But yeah. Right. What are you? And you hear like as arrows are pulled back.
Yeah, and immediately she's gonna grab hold, knock on the
Did we sense
the inn?
it coming down?
In the chair stops swinging.
And
Everything starts to still a little bit.
So I think, I mean,
well, she's gonna have one hand on the staff, the other hand. Don't shoot! We're friendly, guys. Time to get out.
You hear, don't shoot.
Lehane will run.
I mean, I think as it was coming down, they'd have probably been readying themselves by the door to leap out. They know they're going to land in a battle.
Cool. So what's the marching order then?
I think Frayne probably would have gone first because
Torin would have pushed her back and said, "You can't go first, Locticus. You have to survive."
Lehane will run out. I think hoping Frayne would go first because like she'd probably be the more recognisable.
yeah, that's kind
here.
of where she's going.
But Lehane's like, well, if that's not allowed, then I'm elfy, so maybe that'll work.
So
Lehane first.
Torin.
Then I guess big last.
Frayne the big.
and Callow will follow the rear.
Yeah.
Cool. Whoa. Guys, it's all right. It's I'm Locticus Frayne. Hello.
Frayne. Locticus.
That's me.
Fucking hell, it's good to see you.
Oh, well, that's nice. It's good to see you lot. Well, it's good to see any elves alive. Jesus. I mean, that's the wrong, like, pantheon, but yeah. Corellan's wood, that's that is some sort of battle going on there.
Quick, get in. Open gate, now. And you hear this like as these two wooden gates start pushing open. Between these tents are just unceremoniously plonked elves in various states of damage. Some with missing limbs, some that are just like sort of torn, ranging to the sort of fatigued rather than fully damaged, but there's barely a fully functioning elf.
We need to see your commander.
Right, well, that's going to be hard to do.
Where's do you know anything of Leviticus, where he is?
Leviticus?
Well, yeah, my brother.
He's at the front.
Of course he is. Oh, he always has to go and do this stupid thing,
Now,
doesn't he?
We need to get Locticus to the tree on the horizon. She can stop the entire battle from there.
Is that true?
It's possible. This is my mate Callow.
Right.
Mate.
Well, yeah. We've been through it. Yeah.
We can possibly there's something we can. There's a change that we can make to possibly stop all this kind of this weird gloopy stuff that's turning everybody kind of insane and dead. We might be able to stop it.
That is the best news I've heard all day. Look, Leviticus is Ultimate Keep, but you're going to have to wade through 7 tons of shit to get there.
We don't necessarily need Leviticus. We just got to get to the tree.
Right.
All of us.
Any man who can walk and carry a weapon should get this woman, should help us.
That, as you can probably tell, that's pretty few and far between.
We'll get the few and far between.
Right.
Also, Torin, female elves fight as well.
Oh!
Obviously.
Lehane will take a moment and just
Mankind!
You said man, so she's like,
Yes.
you know. being
Lehane
frank.
wants to look around the injured elves, and are they all distinctly Corellan, or are there? Is it a joint effort?
No, you don't need to roll either. They are
Okay.
Corellan.
I did roll really high as well.
They're doubly Corellan.
Yeah, they're really Corellan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get confused with because we don't have We're Dragonborn.
It's-
Obviously Dragonborn women fight. Have you seen a Dragonborn woman fight?
I have not,
Oh
but I would
my
like to see
days.
that.
I get the sentiment. I do. We'll give you whatever able bodies we have.
Very good, Captain.
Or, I mean,
Don't you have an ability to like send messages?
Not anymore. If I could like just sit down for a minute and really focus.
I feel like every time I ask Moa for a spell
Yeah.
she's used previously.
Yeah. If I could have like a little minute to sit down and just like check in, then yes.
I don't think we've got a minute. We need to
we
move.
can give you as much time as you want, love, but
Why?
How long
when
is
you,
it?
when you,
What would you want to do?
Well, could we not get the, as much as you might not like this, the Pharmarian lot down here to bolster your numbers?
Yeah, but it would take a while because I can't just send messages. It needs to be through some kind of animal carrier, so it would take them however many days to get to the other elves.
they won't come either.
You'd be surprised. We've actually we've been talking with them.
Weirdly, all they
Yeah.
want is to actually just, like,
Sort this shit out.
Yeah.
come together with you guys.
I mean, I think if we could fix whatever's going on, we might actually get closer to helping them with whatever's going on with them.
Right, that's lovely, but priorities.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
no, but they would. But if we can tell them that, then they might come and help.
Sure, if you've got a way of talking to him, do it. I'd be happy for any elf at the moment, but
How many men? How long will it take you to gather your men?
a couple of minutes, a bit longer to persuade him to get back into that LL.
How long will it take you to send the message, Lily?
Well, I'd need 8 hours to like regain full function of my spells.
We haven't got 8 hours.
No, exactly. So it's not really something I can do.
I don't know why we're discussing it then.
Box,
Sorry.
if you've got yourself a bunch.
Look, they're a little bit chaotic, but they're very effective.
Gather your men, Captain.
Casarius.
Casarius, it's good to meet you, Casarius. Captain Casarius. My name is Lord Torin Darr, but you may call me Torin on the battlefield.
That
on
one's
the
big.
Goliath.
That one's Lehane.
Yep.
This little one down here, don't be fooled by her size. She is pretty powerful. This is Lilli.
Hi.
Pleasure
She's
to
my
meet
best.
you. Right. I'll do some gathering. Whatever you can find. Scraps, rations. Take them.
Thanks, man.
Don't think they'll be coming back. And he fucks off to some tents.
Cool.
Is there anything worth taking around here?
Well, Lehane's going to look for...
Someone's great at making stew.
Yeah, Lehane's going to look... Lehane's
No.
going to look for a bow.
Yeah, you can find a bow. Pretty.
And a quiver with some arrows, hopefully.
Yeah, it's
Just the bow.
Just the bow!
dum 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 dum. Yes, there are barrels with arrows in,
Cool.
lining the palisade, and bows have been dropped where the body has fallen, pretty much.
Yeah, he doesn't feel great about it, but he will take one. He's like, I know you guys are like all like pretty kitted out with stuff, but maybe there's stuff here like daggers, anything that might just give us an edge and change things up a bit.
That is a good shout.
Is there are we able to get up on to like a rampart? So
Yeah, you can
I'm
get
thinking
up.
try and get just to look over what they're about to run through.
You can get up onto the palisade. It's about 9 foot high.
So yeah, he just wants to at the minute have a look to see what they're about to. I assume we're just going to run through it. So he just wants to have a look. So what's
give me an investigation, please.
okay? Oh, not good. No, 6.
Doesn't look good.
Just looks like a
Just-
melee, a chaotic melee
It's-
of fighting.
Impossible to sort of pick out a direct path. You're going into a war zone. It's like D-Day landing, sort of. You are just going to walk into it.
Do you have? Is there sort of that? I know it's chaotic, but like a split, so you can clearly see there more this side, more this side. You can see like the front lines all the way up. Can you make?
For
I
the,
guess it's faded, like there's some bleeding into either end.
it's a little bit quieter here,
Yeah.
just right on the edge of the. But for every path you look to take, it would be filled in seconds later. Like, this is a melee. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Torin's seen what Lehane's doing, and he's now trying to find some javelins.
Yeah.
Nice.
So again, just Darr stocked up on the palisade. These long, they're pretty well made. All the stuff is pretty well made. It's elven after all. But yeah, so just long shaft with sort of onyx tips.
So if Torin normally carries 5,
Mhm.
if
There's
there's
enough of it.
then he can have some sort of quiver to carry them.
How strong is Torin? Like, being a commander, how strong as in you are?
Pretty strong.
He'll hand. I mean, not going to give it, but he'll just. Can you lift this? And he'll hand like his great sword.
So Torin will try to lift the great
What
sword.
is Torin's strength?
His strength is 18.
18. So you can lift it, but it's a disadvantage.
Okay, but you're strong enough to hold
Yeah.
it. I've got the plan. He'll take it back. So look around the camp. Is there much spare wood for building a tour? Oh, God, so no, I'm going to build a thing.
Spare wood. What are you looking for?
He's going to try to build, ideally, something like a good 6-7 foot tall, like 20 foot long, like wooden wall. He's going to try and build like a wood, like if there's planks or logs or anything, he's going to lay them all down, strap them together to make like a long.
To get that, you would have to start taking from the pile. There's like barrels.
That's
and
what he's going to ask.
tent
Like
poles.
I can smash them up.
That is, it would be splinters of wood at best. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you'd have to start taking
Yeah,
apart.
he wants to
very
basically
decent
make
wood.
like a big wooden raft type thing.
I think you'd struggle without taking away the defences from the camp.
Okay.
Have Frayne and Lilli got shields?
She's got her seed.
Okay.
I do have a shield, I just don't use it very
Did you bring it with you?
I don't think she's got it in the Feywilds because it was in the bag of holding. She doesn't use it.
So Torin is looking for a shield for.
You see a very weak-looking elf sort of grasping at his sword and holding a shield limply by his side. Guy has minutes to live.
So Torin's gonna go up to him and he's gonna put his hand on his face,
Mhm.
like, and say, "You fought well, I'm sure, my friend."
He's like lolling.
So Torin will now cradle him.
Dad, is that you?
You fought courageously. Go and be with your warrior kin.
You feel like warmth sort of coming from the back of his head. He's clearly bleeding from an open wound at the back. And he's just goes limp in your hand.
So Torin will kiss him on the forehead, lay him down very gently, close his eyes, and say, "Your shield, my friend, will save many lives." And he'll take the shield off as ceremoniously as he can.
Pull his sword in, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sword on his chest.
Yeah. You get a couple of sort of murmurs from some of the elves around, but nobody makes any real fuss. Torin has a shield.
Locticus, I think it's wise that you use a shield.
Okay, I think that's it's probably a good idea. Listen, Torin, I can fly for a bit, but I don't like the idea of leaving you lot.
You must make it to the tree.
I know, but I've worked it out. Like, I could fly for 600 feet, right? But if I drop and I'm not with you guys, that means I drop on my own. Do you think maybe should I just stay with you? Should I fly slower? I don't know what to do.
Locticus, you must get to the tree.
There
If-
could be a frog on your back.
Oh, then I wouldn't be going alone.
I think that's wise.
From behind you, you hear it. A bit of a solution.
Well, that's good.
Requires a little bit of trust.
Less good, but I'm listening.
I had a little play with Lehane when you guys were asleep, and
Well, we've all done that. Sorry, I when things are dark, I go for humour. I'm sorry.
I think I could take 2 of you. I could stop time briefly and move 2 of you through it.
Oh, the whole lot.
No, I mean, we'd have to get closer.
Right. How far would we need to get
I mean,
on our own
what, the 3 of us?
before you could?
I don't know. This is purely hypothetical, but I think I could. I think maybe we get as close as we can and we wing it.
What do you think's waiting at the Heart of Cheltenham for you?
Hopefully a friend who's ready to go home.
Yeah, but guarded by anything, or
I mean, I'll be honest, I can handle whatever is guarding it. I hope.
who's the best person to go with you? Who do you want?
Well, I want all of you, really. My only problem I've got is if it's my folk that imprisoned this guy in the first place, then this person, then they're not going to trust me, are they? So I kind of need to take Callow.
Well, he's going anyway because
Callum's
he's
going.
taking
Callow would all-
you. You get to take one of us
One
with
other.
you.
Oh, man.
I mean, I don't know what's like. If it was a monster, you take big. If it's like a riddle or a puzzle, like Lilli or something. But like, who do you trust? Who's the one you're going to take?
You've still got to get halfway there before this, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing.
I
Yeah.
think we'll all.
I've got a
We'll
plan.
get the rest of us gets you halfway there, and you pick the one to take with you, and the rest of us standard.
I've got a plan. Anyone's fancying another idea for me?
Yeah, you've been
Really
all right
doing
so
well.
far.
First one was
You're doing well.
fantastic, I'll be honest.
We could. You could take Lilli. We could be use a nightcap again. The 3 of us could share it between us. We run as far as we can get them. If one of us goes down, we hand it to the next one, and to the next one. Between us, we go make it halfway, and then Frayne can either come out and fly until Callow can take him,
You want to
or
do a
maybe.
suicide run to get halfway?
Well, I'm thinking there's not enough shields to arm all of us. The 3 of us together, we can armour up pretty good.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Then you don't have to risk anything.
Locticus, each one of us is willing to lay down our life to get you to that tree.
Mostly.
Possibly not Lehane.
I'm just
But,
thinking.
but let's face it, he's in a little wooden hut in the middle of a battle. He's fucked anyway.
Well, I'm thinking, I just think Lehane's the fastest. You're the heaviest of armoured, and I'm pretty tough.
You're the strongest.
We're likely to get him most of the way.
So we put Callow
Lilli,
and Lilli
Frayne
and
in
Frayne in the nightcap.
there. And we run as long and hard as we can.
And these elf chaps will come with us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I have a further suggestion. There's a thing that I can do, but I don't. Oh, so normally when I do this thing, it's like a dimension door, right? Normally I can grab hold of somebody and take them with me. But if those somebodies are really, really tiny in a hut, maybe I can do that instead of one big person. I don't know, would that work?
I mean, maybe. It sounds like you're playing with dimension magic though.
Yeah, I'm not that keen on using it, to be honest, because I don't really.
How far can the dimension door get you?
500 feet. I'm just thinking if it can get us a little bit further towards the tree.
I mean, everyone here has already said they'd die for you, so worth a try, right?
I suppose
Is
it is.
the hut another dimension?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
but also, without the red cap and trading the memories, can we even get in the hut because we don't have the tea?
Oh, that is a good point.
Oh.
We could ask the red cap.
Not here.
We
We
left him on top of the
on
mountain.
top of the mountain. We really should have brought him with us.
In hindsight, yeah.
Yeah, should have grabbed him.
Oh, I thought
Well,
he didn't come in his own pub.
I
Oh,
could,
No.
disaster.
I
I
think
could cook up another stew. You could go get him and take the staff up and get him, and then come back. And
this
Take
is
him
taking
off out.
longer than the minutes we told we were having.
Okay.
I think the best bet, we run the gauntlet, defend ourselves the best we can. When Callow can shift Frayne, you take someone with you. The rest of us stand.
You might have no choice. There might only be one of us standing.
There is that, but hopefully you'll get a choice, and the rest of us stand our ground.
So, plan of attack is get there, keep Frayne alive at any cost.
That seems to be
Right.
what needs to fix this.
Lilli, how are you going to be strongest in this battle? As an animal? On Big's back?
well, I was going to say, if you can make me bigger again, I
Okay.
can cleave him away with a big sword. I'll lead the charge.
I mean, I can do that, mate, but
Mm-hmm.
not for very long. You'd be a pretty big target.
If it comes to it.
We almost kind of want to stealth this the best we can. We want to avoid conflict.
We just need to move through as normally I would not agree, but yes, I think so. Move through as quietly as we can.
Okay.
Armed
Um,
up.
We
The-
protect Locticus and Lilli.
Frayne is going to run her hands through her hair and kind of sort of down her outfit and cast a minor illusion, so that she is now,
Not bright pink.
yeah, so she now has like a kind of strawberry blonde hair. She's kind of freckly, and her armour looks the same, except that it is now in shades of green and brown.
Locticus, if we make it out of this, can you do that again?
Well, I mean, that geezer said something about your brother.
He's on the front line. How would we get there without
It's a destination, isn't it? A bit closer.
maybe?
Is the front line on our way to the tree?
I can't imagine it's further back than the back line.
Gonna get us closer
Let's move forwards.
to Leviticus.
And
Um,
have any elves
Yes,
sort of
so
gathered?
after you've had this conversation, Casares turned up with about 5 men. They are standing. One has a crutch. He's definitely leaning up against, but Casares goes, well, we've got some of our bravest. Fucking hell, can't I pick an accent? Got some of our bravest here. They have to be.
Very good, men. And Torin will point down the country. Can you move fast?
We'll move as fast as we have to.
That's good enough.
We've made it out once.
I need to check something. She's going to reach into her hair and see if she can summon Jeeves.
Give me an arcana.
That's a la la la. So that's a 17 plus 3, 20 dirty.
You go to reach out to Jeeves, and the connection that you have to him is definitely there, and you feel his presence, his warmth, his mind start coming through. But behind him, in the little sort of mini plane, demi plane that he exists in, you feel a presence that you felt before, when you were with Torin.
Oh.
Right.
You can reach out to. You could pull Jeeves forward if you wanted to, but that was your first sort of initial jolt.
Is that a good feeling or a bad feeling?
It's a very, very large pair of eyes.
Oh, either that's a good pair of eyes or it's a bad pair of eyes.
Sorry, I didn't catch it. Caresses?
Casares.
I know you're not going to want to do this, but if you've got any mages or magic wheelers within your team, get word to the Fomerians. They've got as much interest in protecting the woods, as long as their lives will allow them, as any of your soldiers do. Bolster your numbers.
I mean, dire straits and all that. Obmore, you're a fair mage, and one of the 5 that we're going to go with these sort of turns running. Yeah, I'll do what I can. Xarius looks around. Look, we'll fire a volley, and we'll go.
Right?
Okay.
I have like a really boring technical question.
Yeah.
We didn't get a long rest that
No.
first time. No. So I'm just checking because I started swapping out a few spells, so I've
No,
just
that's why I
re-swapped
asked.
them. Luckily, I didn't actually use any of them in
That's
our
cool.
last encounter, so
Yeah.
that's really fucking annoying because I'm good.
Were you going to take message?
No,
Okay.
but I don't have cold cone
So, yeah,
on
I
it.
guess
Here we go.
Cold
So,
warm. Don't know about that.
Xarius holds his hand up, and the archers on the palisade pull back their arrows, the longbows. There's only about 15 to 20 of them, but they fire 2 volleys off and just start this arcing wave of arrows just reach up into the sky. Charge! Xarius starts leading out into the fray.
And run.
Charges right
Run.
behind.
Surrounding Frayne.
Yes, I
Yes,
imagine
that
we've got
right.
a front and then one at...
Are we going out like a...
Yeah. I
Lehane. So, do we need to make a formation?
I think if the soldier's in front,
Yeah.
then the Lehane in front of Frayne, and then
There's 2 on
Yeah,
the
big and-
sides. 'cause if
Tell you
we're
what,
going...
I'll tell you what,
Oh, let's use minis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Let's use some minis.
these will be the soldiers. For the first time, they'll be on your side.
and what's
Yeah.
Lilli doing? Is she wild shaping? Is she travelling on?
I think
Do we want to use the soldiers as
Oh,
fodder?
that's the point.
Yes.
Yum.
I mean,
Does she just want to be on Rog's shoulders or
I
Torin's
think-
or?
Lehane. Frayne.
she doesn't want to ruin your guys' movement, affect your guys' movement in
She
terms of
wouldn't
like what
affect-
you're
she's
able
tiny.
to.
It
She
would-
wouldn't affect
That's
Rog's
true.
movement.
No, I've got
A
a...
Big's movement. I'm never good.
What have we got? Big's got
Oh.
a...
there you go.
Lehane's slowing down.
He's here, he's here, he's here. You just can't see him. It's just that.
There you go.
Yeah, Big's got a carry weight to...
Callum,
1,200... Yeah. We
Stick
got
it.
1,200 pounds or 560 kilos or 85
I mean,
stone.
Lily doesn't
So-
weigh that much.
No.
She'll kind of go on his shoulder and she'll put her shield. She'll engage her shield. So this big
She's with Big,
crusty, spiky shield will kind of appear, and she'll kind of try and be part of.
Well, it's that's the...
So I think we're going to drop back. I'm imagining they will be to the side and back.
But they want to go in front of Frayne.
No, because there's the
Do you want
soldiers.
to...
Okay.
I want to go up front. If up front's going to take the heaviest beating...
Yeah,
but the soldiers
he,
are in front of Lehane.
he's
That's what I
also
was
he's
thinking.
out of everyone else. Next to Torin, he's got the best armor class. But he's running with so
We
he's-
can rotate if...
Yeah.
We'll,
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
short bow
I
in hand.
love a formation chat, but
Short bow in Lehane's hand.
so in this formation you start charging at, and this dust, this mist is just thick with viscera and blood, as this volley of arrows descend down sort of 30 and 60 feet ahead of you, just spattering these creatures, dropping down in front of you as you start stepping over. The first couple of elves almost trip over the first bodies that go down, and you are descended into madness. And that's where we're going to end this episode.
That got serious in the second half.
So
Man.
stressed.
Wow.
Such a
That was great, wasn't it? Oh, man, I can't believe I feel like we just started. I don't feel like we just done an
Yeah.
episode, right?
Like at the break, during the week, I said to these guys, just to warn you, I might cry during the second half just from a hormone thing. And like, I was not intending on it being that intense as well. So I was like,
Yeah.
don't worry.
It's just like I don't think I've ever felt that team more together with a plan and actually.
That was good.
Everyone just went, we'll die for Frayne.
That was some Helm's Deep shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Come back in 2 weeks' time to find out what's happening. Or come and see us next week at Comic Con. See if you can convince Connor to tell you what's going to happen next.
I will. You will.
Tune in next Sunday evening for a chance to win the Glorious Taverns book.
Signed.
Signed
On
by
YouTube.
Arsenal. Yes, on YouTube, indeed. On YouTube. We had that conversation.
We did.
Yeah, if you want to get some 10% off some dice, or some dice trays, or some cool stuff, some D&D stuff, or just any TTRPG stuff, go to Crisit and use the code RTD10.
Look at the dice board. I do it every time to cheat.
To get 10% off. But I think,
Yeah.
I mean, it's that time, isn't it? We're gonna spend the next 2 weeks having fun and rolling the damn dice.
If you go down to the woods today, you're sure